Mahomes and Kelce are seeking another AFC West title and an unprecedented Super Bowl three-peat. The Kansas City Chiefs have ruled the AFC West since two-time MVP Patrick Mahomes was still slinging it at Texas Tech. They've won the division every year since 2016. What the back-to-back Super Bowl champs are really out to accomplish this season, though, is something that's never been done before, a three-peat that has eluded the other 7 repeat champs, including the Pittsburgh Steelers twice, as tight end Travis Kelce celebrated the Chiefs' 25-22 win over San Francisco and Las Vegas at the last Super Bowl. His thoughts were already on the next one, in New Orleans on February 9, 2025. How about that? Kelce hollered. "We get a chance to do it 3 times in a row." None of the other back-to-back Super Bowl champs even made it back to the big game for a shot at a three-peat. Joe Montana and the 49ers came closest, but lost to the New York Giants 15-13 on Matt Barr's 42-yard field goal as time expired in the NFC Championship at Candlestick Park following the 1990 season. The NFL is the only major sports league in North America that hasn't had a back-to-back-to-back champion. The feat was last accomplished in the NBA by Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal with the Los Angeles Lakers from 2000 to 2002, shortly after the Yankees won 3 straight World Series titles from 1998 to 2000. The last NHL team to do it was the New York Islanders in the early 1980s. In trying to break the Chiefs' stranglehold on the AFC West, the Denver Broncos and Las Vegas Raiders both brought in new quarterbacks and the Los Angeles Chargers hired a new head coach. Rookie Bo Nix will be the 14th different starter at quarterback in Denver since Peyton Manning retired following a triumphant Super Bowl 50, the last time the Broncos even reached the playoffs. Journeyman Gardner Minshew won the Raiders QB competition and Justin Herbert has coach Jim Harbaugh calling the shots in Los Angeles. The former 49ers head coach returned to the NFL after guiding Michigan to the national title last season. The Chiefs bring back largely the same cast led by Mahomes, Kelce, coach Andy Reid and All-Pro defensive tackle Chris Jones, who signed a 5-year, $158.75 million contract in the offseason. Rich get richer. The Chiefs got even better in the offseason, upgrading their wide receiver core by signing free agents Hollywood Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster and drafting Xavier Worthy in the first round. In Smith-Schuster, the Chiefs are reuniting with a veteran pass catcher who helped Kansas City beat the Eagles 38-35 in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. GM Brett Veach shored up the team's greatest remaining roster weakness by signing Broncos cast-off running back Samaje Perine shortly after roster cuts Tuesday. The Broncos also had an abundance of wide receivers and 3 whom they let go. Tim Patrick, Lions, Brandon Johnson, Steelers, and Jalen Virgil, Bills, were snapped up to serve on other teams' practice squads, poking the bear. If the Chiefs needed any fresh fire for their quest, they got it this summer from an unlikely source. Trey Taylor, the Jim Thorpe Award-winning former Air Force safety and Raiders' 7th-round draft pick. A Raiders fan attending the team's training camp brought a Kermit the Frog puppet complete with a Mahomes wig and jersey to practice. A viral video showed Taylor laughing with the other players while placing the puppet on his right hand and speaking in a voice that sounded like both the genial green amphibian and the 3-time Super Bowl winning QB. Las Vegas coach Antonio Pierce said the team addressed the rookie clowning on Mahomes and declared, "It's over with." "Maybe not, it'll get handled when it gets handled," Mahomes said when asked about the mockery by the Raiders rookie. Mahomes has manhandled the Raiders, beating them 10 times in 12 tries. He's also 12-1 against Denver and 8-2 against the Raiders. That's 30-5 against division opponents. The chief reason Kansas City has owned the AFC West for so long. Nix is up next. Nix, the 6th quarterback selected in the top dozen picks in the NFL draft in April, beat out career backup Jarrett Stidham and 2021 second overall pick Zach Wilson to win the Broncos starting job. When the Broncos open at Seattle on September 8, he'll become the first rookie quarterback to start a season for Denver since Hall of Famer John Elway in 1983. Elway's debut was forgettable. He went 1 for 8 for 14 yards with an interception and 4 sacks before being replaced by former starter Steve DeBerg, who rallied the Broncos past the Pittsburgh Steelers 14-10. Harbaugh and Herbert. Jim Harbaugh was quick to praise Justin Herbert for quickly picking up the new offense, but the Chargers' 5th-year quarterback's acclamation was dealt a setback with yet another injury this summer. This time, it was to the plantar fascia in his right foot that had him in a walking boot for 2 weeks.
Season into this.
This is my sanctuary, baby. St. Joe, year 12. That means I've spent just about an entire year of my life up here in the dorms, man. It's everybody may see that as pretty grueling, but I enjoy it, man. there's something about this place to get you ready every single year. And I'm not gonna lie, got pretty excited as the time started counting down to get out here and get this thing rolling. Big Ed, yeah, Big Ed's out here. He's running around doing some stuff with the foundation, 87 and running, and Operation Breakthroughs, the Ignition Lab, and things like that. And then popping out here to St. Joe in the mornings.
Is this as valuable for you, camp, as it was?
Oh, 100%. It still is. I mean, it's where it all starts. You can say it starts in the off season, and yeah, you want to get that foundation set in the off season of the leadership and the mentality and things like that. But at the end of the day, this is where you really find out what the team is made of, how you sharpen the iron, how you guys practice, your practice habits, the attention to detail, and nobody does it better than Coach Reed and Coach Spags, man.
You mentioned year 12. Are you doing anything different, like maintenance-wise, or is it still just?
I mean, over every single season, you find ways to get better. What works for you, what doesn't, and you just want to amp it up every single year so that you keep finding ways to kind of climb that staircase to success. And yeah, I would say I'm doing some things different, but nothing really in the grand scheme of things. Just putting my nose down and grinding.
As a veteran, and this is not on the field, but as a veteran on the team, do you like some of your teammates and some of the players around the league popping off about just playing 18 games, kind of like negotiating in public? In the media, Joe Burrow talking about, two bye weeks, Pro Bowl in the middle of the season, where they're just like kind of giving the owners things away. I know recently the NFL has talked about, going to 18 games, and that's something that the Players Association has talked about now, that they might be open to some negotiation. I mean, negotiating in public where you're not, talking about extended benefits more than 5 years past your retirement, and maybe some type of benefits health-wise. And are you a fan of that, of your teammates?
I'm more of a fan of the action of it. So we need to get the guys together, and that's why we have the PA. I think that's where we really make differences in the guys' lives now and after football. And sometimes saying a few things gets that awareness out and gets guys talking and things like that. So I'm really neither here nor there. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to a vote with the PA and the league, we need everybody voting on that stuff to really get things, going in our favor in a sense.
You're the veteran. You're, of course, set for life regardless of how a vote would initially take place. But what would you like to see since the last collective bargaining that players kind of focus on? Because this is going to come up. So what would you like to see them focus on?
Man, I would have to really sit down and think about that one. I haven't really thought about much of that. Right now, I'm just happy that I'm in the NFL and I get to play, baby. Much love.
There's a lot of new guys, even on this offense. I guess, the first week now being in pass, just what intrigues you most about what the group can do this year, and I guess what excites you most about the possibilities of the offense?
We just got new pieces. We got new chess pieces, guys that have different, traits, and we're just trying to blend that all together to make the best team possible, both on offense and defense, and obviously special teams. But it's the ultimate, grind session of working together. We have to be more together right now than even kind of, I don't want to say during the season, but right now this is where you really build that togetherness, that chemistry, that ability to, lean on each other and fight for each other.
We'll let you know that's going well in camp.
Say it again?
We'll let you know that's moving well in camp.
Well, I think it's set in stone. Coach Reed puts this challenge in place, and he leads his guys, and the leaders that have been here know how he wants that to be done. So it's really just, you grind, you come to work every single day, and you go to practice with the right intentions. You slowly start to see the team get better and better every single week. I mean, the biggest thing is that we're gonna have to lock in from the jump. I think we had the guys that were. Obviously, we had the guys the entire time. We didn't really make too many moves to bring anybody along during the season. And that being said, we have the guys. I believe we have the guys in this room to get it done. We just got to take it week by week and keep that focus, keep that confidence, that focus, and that alertness to come to work every single day and be able to make those plays like we did later on in the season.
What stands out about all of them?
His practice habits. Right away, he immediately became one of the leaders on the team on the offense, just by how he's practicing, how he's coming to work, his attention to detail, and that's doing wonders for the wide receiver room, for everybody around, seeing that guy wanted that bad every single day. I mean, it's only going to make you want to work harder. And then on top of that, he's still getting better. You know, he's getting better in this offense. So it's fun to see him grow in this offense as well.
There was a viral video yesterday. You threw your glove to a girl with a Taylor Swift shirt on. I just wondered, what was your end of that interaction?
I wish it was as true as the video made it seem. I kind of just threw it in the stands, but sometimes fate, somebody just ends up landing a glove that they didn't know they were going to get.
Travis said he brought a TV to camp for the first time because he wanted to watch the Olympics. So, are you a big Olympics guy? Any events?
I love it. I love it. I can watch it on my phone though. It's got to get YouTube TV, guys.
A couple more.
Do you have a score from last night's game between K-State and Texas Tech that Patrick was playing on EA Sports?
No.
Let's go over there.
Travis, are you just as hard on yourself for a mistake or a bad?
I'm my biggest critic. I'm my worst critic. Nobody can tell me, how bad I did on a play. I know it right as the play got over with. I know what I need to do better and everything. It's just you have to have that certain mentality of always finding ways to get better, even when you have success on a play. And that's just how I've kind of went about it. And I got that from Coach Reed, knowing that you can always do things better and you can always make somebody else's job easier on this field.
Last two. DJ for Western.
Travis, I know this is a question that's further down the line, but as someone who's going to be, in the legacy of this franchise, do you have an opinion on the stadium? Do you want the team to stay at Arrowhead, or have you thought about that at all?
I guess I guess Arrowhead's home for me in Missouri right now. I've been there for the past 12 years, so I do feel like it's a part of my heart and everything playing in that stadium out there in Raytown. But the fans want what the fans want. We play for them, so I think it's up to them and in the head of the organization, Clark Hunt and everybody. I know they'll do the best that they can to give everybody what they want and make the best decision for the organization.
Travis, also we saw you traveling around quite a bit this summer. Was there anything that you had to do to get prepared for this that was different than, say, year 6, year 7, based on just the obligations you're doing?
I would say for the biggest thing was getting my body right. Last year was pretty taxing on my body, and I mean, it is what it is. I've had more snaps than a lot of guys, if not everybody in the NFL, over the past 5-6 years. And I'm very fortunate. I'm very prideful of that. But I know it has taken a toll on my body. So it's just making sure that my body's getting that rest and that ability to train harder and be able to withstand an entire 17 to 20 game season.
Is that more like personal trainers? Is that more,
Oh, it's the full gamut. I got guys all over the place. I have my personal PT, and then on top of that, I got the best in the world here in Kansas City. So.
You still work with Skasel?
Yes.
Last one over here.